friends, it's Kathy, and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's in the Cards Divination. Today's pick a pile reading is going to help answer this question for you. Should I take the next step? Now, a lot of times we have big decisions. It's not always big decisions. Sometimes they're smaller ones that do have a significant impact on our life. And we're just not really sure which way we should go. So let's delve into the cards here to see if it helps answer your question. Should I take the next step? Now, as usual, my pick a pile readings, you will pause the video and look at each of these three crystals. Pile 1 has quartz. Pile 2 has the red jasper, and pile 3 has the amethyst. So we are going to take a moment, look at these piles. You can pause it, and then go to the description box below where you'll see the timestamp for pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3, and listen to your reading. If anything in that reading resonates for you, don't worry about it. You can listen to either the other piles, you can listen to all of them, and even sometimes one or two aspects of the reading may only resonate for you. That's okay. This is a general reading, and general readings apply to many different situations. So let's get started and look into this. Should I take the next step? And I'll see you in your reading. Pile 1, if you chose quartz crystal, then this is your reading. All right, let's just keep that right there. Okay, let's get into this and see, is this a good idea for you to take the next step? All right. Now, I don't always answer yes or no questions because there's so much writing on a yes or no question. But let's see if, with three cards, if Carol wants to give you some information about that. Because what I do is I count the reversals and we see which direction is it leaning with. So at least we have a good idea at the outset. Is it going to be moving in a better direction for you by taking the next step? All right, let's see here. Card 1 for you is the 3 Pentacles. The next, Queen of Swords in the upright, both upright. Oh, and the Death card. Now, don't panic. It's not a bad thing. So, number 1, they're all in the upright position. So now we're leaning towards a yes answer. Should I take the next step? Why? Now we want to know detail, right? That's the more important thing, is why we should take the next step. There has been a woman in your life, potentially. This is referring to the Queen of Swords for a lot of you, who's been who will be very instrumental when you take this next step to help you move on. Okay, there is a situation that should end with respect to this particular step. Okay, so by taking the next step, there is a situation that's supposed to end, it should end, and it will. It does show, it feels like it's going to, but it's going to help move you in a better, apologize for that. Let's just straighten that out. It's going to help move you in a better direction. All right, there's this point, you have been making plans. You've been thinking about doing this, obviously, or you wouldn't be listening to this video. But the 3 here shows there's also a third person that potentially could be involved in this situation. And when the 3 shows up, it often reflects to me back the feeling that, yes, this is about growth. This is about a learning situation that you need to take on, okay? Let us see, let's do a little more delving with the Death card and see potentially what this situation could be in your life that, well, I guess you already know because otherwise you wouldn't be asking, but let's see what it is. Let's go forward a little bit and see what should end and what will happen. Okay. So the Four of Cups in the upright position tells me that it's something that you've been putting off. You've been procrastinating, I'm sorry. There's also, or it's also something that potentially you are not happy with. You haven't been happy with. Um, it's not necessarily a relationship. It could be, but this Queen of Swords is the one who's helping you move forward on this situation. So I feel this imminence of this ending coming for you. It's coming up. It's going to happen when you take that next step. But the next step, it's important that you do this because it looks to me like it's a blessing. It's something that's been offered to you potentially before, and perhaps and maybe you turned it down, maybe you ignored it. It could be an offer of a job. It could be anything. It could be something that you would really enjoy. Okay. And because the death card shows up in this reading here, it feels like a cycle is ending here in your life. There's a certain period of time. We all go through cycles in our lives, whether it's from breakups or moving to new places, new jobs. It's a new era. It's a new thing that you need to. There's very likely been dissatisfaction because, as I say, there's a third person involved in this situation. For some of you, unfortunately, it could be a romantic situation where a third party is involved, or it could just be a friendship. Three is never a good number when it comes to a friendship or coworker situation. There's somebody else that is getting in the way of the situation. You've got to put them behind you. You see how the queen is looking forward? She's telling you, you need to end this situation and move forward because you've been ignoring this long enough, okay? So, my dear friends, whatever the situation is for you, it shows that it's almost as if it's going to happen whether you want it to or not. You know what I mean? But I feel very strongly, obviously, you have to take that next step. Otherwise, we wouldn't be looking at these cards, would we? So let's see what advice they can give you about that. What advice do you need? Not this deck. Let's pull, excuse me, let's pull my other cards here. All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to get them shuffled here. So, the good news is by taking this next step, sometimes, even though it is an ending of a situation, and the endings are difficult, they always can be, it's a good thing. It's meant to move you forward. You haven't been happy doing what you've been doing. For some of you, that could be a job situation. This could be somebody that's in the office or in your workplace that's really encouraging you, telling you, look, you need to get out of this situation and move forward. For other people, it could be a friendship, it could be a romantic situation. Take this death card as transformative. An ending has a new beginning. And as I say, this new beginning is something, yeah, something you've been trying to deal with it. You've been trying, maybe you've stuck your head in the sand on it. You didn't want to deal with it, but it is a blessing in disguise. All right. So let's see what advice the tarot will give you. All right, my dears. Let's see what advice I want you to know about this, taking the next step. Oh, wow. This is a good one. If you're into the timeline, it's within the next few weeks. All right. Oh, let's move that over there. Within the next few weeks. So it feels very imminent. I felt that because it's showing the death here. And because she has her hand extended forward and the sword, it's like swords are very much a fast-paced card. Don't wait on it, in other words. Okay. Now let me see. So if it's something you have to do to get the ball rolling, then they're telling you, you know, might want to get on it because you can't ignore it anymore. Okay. It needs to be dealt with, my dears. But it's a good thing. Blessings in disguise, right? All right, let me see. What else do they want to tell you about this? Taking the next. Oh, nice. Opportunity. And look at all those coins coming down. So, definitely an opportunity. I'll cover that card coming your way with this. This is a very good opportunity. So, don't hesitate. Clear your mind. It might not be easy. I won't sugarcoat it. Big changes are always hard and they can be very painful. There is a blessing in disguise waiting for you on the other side. I'm so excited for you, pile number one. This is really very positive, and I love it when the cards, when the advice comes forward and really verifies what the reading is actually saying. Okay, for you, those of you who enjoy my saucy, naughty cards that have swearing in them. I'm going to pull one of theirs and see. Let's see what those ice cards have to tell you about this situation. All right. Oh, stop whining. That's what it says. No one wants to listen to that shit. Complaining makes you weak. You have the strength to change the world, so do it. Maybe you're not been complaining about the situation, but if you have been, the cards are just reinforcing that you need to get on this and you need to do this as soon as you can, all right? So whatever your situation is, my friend, in with respect to this particular reading, it looks really good. It could be a small situation, it could be a big situation. I'm feeling for most of you, it's a fairly heavy, big situation. It has the potential to move your life in a much better direction, which is always good news. So I'll leave that with you, and I look forward to seeing you in my next reading. Bye for now. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose the red jasper, then this is your reading. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is look at our tarot cards. We have upright Page of Pentacles. So normally what I do before I go on with my poll, the cards that are in reverse indicate a no. So I pull three cards, and the center always counts as two. So if you had two upright and one reverse, that would be two and two. So it's maybe. Okay, take the next step, maybe. And we find out why that is. Okay, so it could be maybe timing, it could be a lot of things. All right, so let's get going here. Page of Pentacles, upright. Next card. King of Pentacles. I like that. All right. And the third is, oh, for Pete's sake, the Nine of Pentacles. These are all Pentacles, my friend. So this is more than likely a money or job situation. Okay. So the very first thing it's telling me is yes. Let's start with that. It's leaning toward yes, take the next step. Why? Because you're going to go from a page to a king. So, in other words, the situation you're asking about, which for most of you may revolve around a work situation or education or your time, it's all about your resources, what you value. And for most of us on this earth, unfortunately, money is a very big part of what we need to survive. So it's going to be for those of you wanting to take further education or education, it's telling you, yes, you're going to go from a student to being, some of you could even be a professor, or in most cases, this is telling me you're going to be the boss for the jobs. So you're going to go from an intern to a boss, and it's going to give you the life to which you had hoped for. This is the card of abundance and contentment, especially with respect to money and personal material things that we enjoy on this earth. So for those of you, this is an easy read. Those of you wondering, yes, take that next step because it's going to give you exactly what you need to make your life materially complete. Okay, now let us pull some advice from the cards about this. Maybe they'll give us some more information on it, right? Okay, let's see here. Okay, what have we have? Okay, listen to your intuition. It's pretty straightforward. You probably already know this is what you should do, but you're just sort of maybe procrastinating, or you're feeling nervous and anxious, as we do when we have to make these kind of decisions. But they're telling you, listen to your gut. Gut already knows. Does your gut feel good about this situation? You don't need cards to tell you because you already know, my friends. For most of you, this is what they call a no-brainer. You know which direction to go. All right, let's see what else they want you to know. Trust. I love it. Trust that this is your highest good. All right. And I don't always necessarily think that just being financially happy is everything. And it's not, clearly, but it's what we need to survive and enjoy our best life possible. So, in other words, trust that this process is what is in your highest good. Okay? And for some of you, as far as it may not even relate to money, it just might be in relation to what you enjoy doing with respect to hobbies or outside interests. Maybe there's something that you've been wanting to pursue, okay? And it's showing very good success with it. Some of you might even be in charge, like if it's a club or an organization. You might be the chair, you might be the one running things. And it gives you that sense of completion and accomplishment and contentment that you've been looking for right now. Okay? So that is a very nice to see, my friends. We don't like to see the negative ones, but I'm going to pull you call it my saucy deck, the one with the swearing in it. So for those of you who do not like swearing, ignore this part of the reading. All right. These cards are blunt and to the point about this next step. What do you need to know? Interesting. Shame, regret, and guilt. Those are just bullshit. Forgive and let that shit go. Okay. So for some of you, you maybe have been feeling there's a lot of different feelings around this situation for you, even though it doesn't show them in tarot. We always have feelings around whatever we do. So there could be this feeling like guilt. Maybe you are overstepping someone else. Like perhaps if this is a work situation, maybe you are the one who is getting the job over someone else. Okay. But it is the right thing to do. So, in other words, let it go. It's meant for you. Let go of any guilt or any attachment you might have that gives you negative feelings about this situation. It it shows me that you definitely have earned it or will earn it. So don't carry any of that pain. Let go of it. Let go of anything negative that is attached to the situation because it looks like it's in your best interest, my dear friends, to move forward with this. So don't be afraid. Take that leap of faith. Trust that this is for your highest good. Look at the highest good right here. It's right here. You already know. You've got this figured out. You don't need a card reading to tell you because you've already felt it in your gut. Okay. Go with that. And if it all looks good, move forward and take that next step, my friend. This is a much shorter reading because it's so succinct and clear and obvious. Sometimes that happens with the cards. Sometimes the cards are a little more muddy, but in this case, it's a very simple read. In fact, I'd say it's almost like I said, no brainer. You don't even need the cards to tell you that this is the way you need to move. Okay. So, just as a last card, let's pull one card to see what Other than money or resources, or maybe even a good standing, what else are you going to get by taking this next step? We've got a few minutes here, and I'll pull another card for you. What else can you expect by moving forward with this next step in the situation? Okay. It's an opportunity that you've probably been procrastinating on. And it's going to give you what it's going to do for you, other than give you the financial. It is going to help you make the decision. In other words, you've probably been at a crossroads for a while, not sure what to do, even though you know it's the right thing for you. But circumstances have kept you from moving forward and you've been stuck for a while. So it's also going to help move you in a better direction, obviously, because of this, but even just growth of your own spiritual growth. It's not just all about money, it's about moving our life along in a more positive direction, learning from our mistakes, and choosing wiser, better choices to help others. Okay. Now, obviously, if this was a situation where it was going to really step on someone, I don't advocate, any type of a hurtful situation, but it doesn't appear that way, even though it talks about letting go. I feel it's more about guilt or regret. Maybe in the past, you've waited too long to do this. Sometimes, the guilt is there. Oh, why didn't I do this years ago? Okay. So that to me is what I'm sensing from this. So, my dear friends, move forward and take that next step. And I hope it'll all work out for you. It looks great, and trust all will be well. There you go, pal, two. I look forward to seeing you in your next reading, and bye for now. Hi, pile three. If you chose the amethyst, then this is your reading. Okay, let's get started. First of all, as I've mentioned before, I don't necessarily feel yes and no readings are a great read. I do them to see which way the cards are leaning. It doesn't necessarily mean, oh, everything's carved in black and white and yes, this is the way it is, and there's so many factors at play, right? This is just what the cards are telling us right now based on today's energies. Now, this is a general reading, so it may or may not apply to everyone. Let's see which direction they are speaking about as to taking the next step. Upright cards are a yes and reversals are a no. So let us begin. I'll pull three cards and let's see if you should take the next step, my dear friends. All right. Okay, the first card we have is the Ace of Swords in the reverse position. Okay. And the second is a yes, because it's upright, and it's the Four of Pentacles upright. The last card is the King of Wands in an upright position. Okay, so what it tells me, we have one no, one yes, and two yeses because the center card counts as two. So it is leaning towards the yes about taking the next step. There seems to be one issue here we're going to deal with. A no. Why is it saying no here at the beginning? My sense is when I get these types of yes or no's, when the no's or the yeses, depending on what it is, come up, we want to look at that to see what is the issue that is playing out here. So, whatever this situation is for you, and it seems to be revolving around your security. That can be financial security, that can be just overall feeling safe, feeling grounded, feeling secure. Okay. But there is this King of Wands here who shows up as being helpful towards you by making this step. Okay. There's somebody in your life who is going to be providing you with the help you need, give you the security you need. This could be a new job situation. This man or this individual, this King of Wands, it could be the boss if it's a job situation, who is a very good CEO, even, or boss or manager, who has it figured out, who's very excited about these projects and their company or whatever it is that they're doing in their job. If this is a job reading, they are going to be giving you, they're going to be helping you give you the security you need, okay? And helping you feel better in this particular situation. We're going to pull another card though to see. But first, let's look at the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So, the first thing they're telling you by saying no, because it's the Ace of Swords, there's something about this situation that you want to take the next step, that you need to look at. There's a couple of things that could be going on for you, my friends. Number one, you might want to get more information about this first before you take the next step. It's nothing serious. It's just you want to make sure you have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed. As well, it's also telling us that this situation there might be a delay. In other words, it may not happen right away, or don't jump in right away. Okay. So there is an element of hesitation. Okay. Because it's in the reverse. They're telling you that this particular opportunity may not come right away, or maybe don't jump into it right away until you find out some more information. That's more what I feel like. It's around that. Make sure you've got everything that gives you comfort about this scenario before you jump in with both feet. Okay. So let us pull another card to see about it and how things will go in the end for you, okay, with this situation. Sometimes, yes, it's meant to jump into, or not jump into. It's a situation you're supposed to take the next step in, but it doesn't necessarily, um, it does not always go on forever. Like sometimes things end and things change, right? Okay, so let's look at the ending situation overall, right? Okay, yeah, this is really good. So the nine, or sorry, the seven of Pentacles in the upright tells me that this particular situation, by taking the next step, is going to lead to being a situation where, especially if this is a job situation, it's going to give you what you need. It's going to allow you growth over time. It's going to allow you to maybe even save a bit of money if that's what you're looking at. It's going to give you what you need. It's going to take time, though. You have to be patient, but it is going to provide you with a good, solid base going forward. Okay. But as I said, there could be something here in this situation. Let me see what cards will want us to know more about. All right. And it could even be, this can sometimes refer to a romantic situation. It doesn't look very romantic because of the pentacles. The King of Wands is very charismatic and he is very charming and very handsome. So if this is somebody that you perhaps are asking about with a partner or someone you're dating, it looks like it's a good situation, but make sure you find out everything you need to know that is important to you to be in a relationship with this person. It looks like they can provide you with that stability, but that's not always everything when it comes to a relationship, right? It's not all about money. It's not all about the fancy house, the cars, and everything else. You have to be in a good situation emotionally. You have to be able to make that connection with them. So find out first what it is. Make sure you do your homework, is what they're telling you. Let's see what it's about with respect to the Ace of Swords in the reverse. What is it that you need to do? Yeah, it could be about the family. Now it's all pentacles, I know. But it could tell you that, see, it's in the reverse. There could be some issues with family, dysfunction or problems. And if you get involved with someone, it's about family, obviously. Now, if this is about a job situation, it's about the overall, maybe even a retirement package. Maybe they aren't offering any types of benefits. Maybe there's just not the same stability you are looking for. It will give you some, but when the 10 is in the upright, it's telling us like this is the whole deal. This is that financial security you're looking for. So it could be around that. That's what they're asking you to look further into. Find out more information about these types of things. Is it important to you? What do you need in this situation? It also applies with respect to the longevity of a relationship. Okay. So now, let's see what the other cards offer in the way of advice. A situation. Okay. So I feel, as I said, it's more of a yes, you can take the next step. But make sure you've done your homework. All right. So let's just see what these cards are saying to you. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh my goodness. See? Wait. Yeah, I don't make this up. Okay. So it doesn't say wait indefinitely. It just means take a moment, take some time to make sure you know what you're doing before you actually take the next step. It's saying it should be okay, but obviously you want to make sure you know what to expect going forward in this situation. And that just means, have conversations, talk about it, get some written communication if it's a job situation. Find out, make your lists of what it is. I'm just going to turn this a little bit. What is it that you need to give you the protection, that feeling of security about this situation? All right, let me see. We'll put one last card on this. Yes, opportunity. Okay. So it looks like it's going to be a good opportunity going forward, but again, make sure you do your homework. Okay. And lastly, I'd like to pull for you. This is my saucy deck, the swear words. So if you don't like swear words, ignore this part of the reading. All right. About this situation, what can you tell us? All right. Okay. Oh my goodness. It says, some good shit is about to happen. Okay. Don't let your issues fuck it up. Okay. So in the end, it appears that things will go in a good direction for you. But again, as I said, make sure you do your homework and make yourself feel that this is what you want going forward. Because if you go into it blindly, that's basically what the cards are saying, you're going to head yourself into maybe a huge disappointment and may not go as you'd hoped. Even though the cards are leaning in that direction, they're telling you this is what you need to be cautious of, okay? All right, my dear pile number 3, I'm going to send this off to you and I look forward to seeing you in my next reading. Bye for now.